Okay then, so it is I think match day 6 for Coventry City in the Sky Bet League 1. I am getting ready to go to the game, got my top on. I'm going to put a jumper on today because it's a chilly day, it's quite gloomy as you can see, well not see because it's overexposed, there you are. We're playing Oldham at home, which I think is a game that we should be looking to win. We haven't won one yet. But Oldham, they've had a reasonably average start to the season. We've had a fairly poor one, but given by the way we played against Millwall last Saturday, we should be with a chance of nicking this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 to the Sky Blues, with Oldham to score first and Marvin Sordell to get a brace. Nil-nil. Not even a particularly entertaining one for the most part. We seemed to wake up at around 65 minutes into the match when Mowbray brought on Ben Stevenson, but I can't remember who he took off. But anyway, it was... he brought on Ben Stevenson and then changed to I think 4-2-3-1, and we just seemed to wake up since then. And the last half an hour was all City, all City, all City. We had a good 3 or 4 chances that were inches away from going in that we should have put in. And I blame, to an extent, Marcus Tudguy. I think today he was a weak link and that he should have been taken off at the around an hour mark, or maybe even early, maybe at half time, for Dan a guy who was waiting on the bench. We know he can score, we know he can score well, but Tudguy was there, and Sordell was there, and there was Ramirez was there. None of them did particularly well, apart from Sordell. He was all right, and I was confused by the decision to take off Kyle Reid. That was who he brought on Ben Stevenson for. He took off Kyle Reid and brought on Ben Stevenson. He took Kyle Reid. I don't understand that. Kyle Reid was playing really, really well. He was terrorising the defence. He was causing the wing backs so much trouble. It's just a weird decision to me that he would take off Kyle Reid. Because of the terror that he was causing their defenders, he wasn't giving them a moment's rest. When he lost the ball, he'd fight for it, he'd fight for it, he'd fight, and he'd get it back. He might lose it, but he'd try, and that's all you can want. You need a trier. You need someone who wants to win the ball, and Reid is that guy. He's got the skills. He can beat men. He can get through. He can score. He's done it before at Bradford. He did it really well at Bradford. He did it at Preston when he was at Preston for a little while. And then he brings on a holding midfielder, who I admit he did run the show since he came on. But I think that if you're going to attack like we attacked towards the end of that game, then you need a good winger like Kyle Reid on. And I think, having said that, on the other side, Ramirez was the wrong substitution to make at half time. He's completely wasted today. He didn't do anything. Everything he seemed to do, he seemed to put a foot wrong. It just wasn't good enough from him. Jody Jones is someone I really, really like. He's dangerous, he's creative, he's good at free kicks, he's a set piece master. Not today. He was unrecognisable today. He was off, he was one-footed, he was trying to do too much too soon. He was shooting when he was on the floor, which was something you don't expect to see. He fell over while he was shooting, a bit like Bentner when he was at Arsenal, or just Bentner as it goes. And it wasn't the Jody Jones that we know. I think that if we had started with Danagai or put him on at half time, we would have scored 2 or 3 goals and it would have been a 3-0, because the defence you can't fault it at all. When Jamie Sterry came off with his injury and then Dion Kelly Evans took his place, he did terrific. He was very good. He was very good getting forward as well as he was. He's a lot Ryan Haynes, except he can defend as well. It's Dion, but it's one of those where it's unfortunate for him to get the injury. He seemed like he was okay in the dressing room, according to the manager. Sorry about my eyes there, it's weird, the camera's a bit horrible. The manager said he's okay in the dressing room, he looks fine, they're going to assess him. But I think that we should have started with the team that started against Millwall, and we should have used a 4-2-3-1 from the start, because we didn't. We started off with a 4-4-2, and that wasn't even a 4-4-2, we had one up front, we had 4-4-1-1 by the looks of it. And that's just, it's not going to work in this division. You cannot have one man up front, because people will close him down. The centre halves will be all over him, and the fullbacks won't give him any room to get out in space. It's just not going to happen. The formation needs to be changed, and that's my opinion. I think that we will learn our lesson, and we'll go to Gillingham with a better formation, with a better team, and hopefully a bit more drive, because we are now bottom of the league. It's not good enough.